Welcome back. In the Bronx, where challenges to higher education are often pronounced, the Oyate Group is making a powerful difference. They've launched the Brandon Hendricks Scholarship in honor of a bright young man whose life was tragically cut down by gun violence. Applications for the sixth annual scholarship are now open, offering deserving high school seniors from the Bronx $20,000 each for their college education. Here now is the Director of Programs at the Oyate Group, Augustina Warton, and the 2024 Brandon Hendricks Scholarship recipient, Briyant Boakye Frimpong. Did I pronounce that right?
Is Boakye Frimpong.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. All right. Listen, thank you so much and congratulations. Let me first talk to Augustina and say this is, as I said, the sixth annual and an opportunity to really honor the legacy of a young man and at the same time sow into the lives of some great young people right now.
Yes, our Brandon Hendricks Scholarship for the sixth year is now open at Oyate Group, and we're excited to just discuss the scholarship with you. And it's an amazing opportunity for two young people graduating from high school in the Bronx this year.
So, give us a little bit of background. I gave it in the lead about how the scholarship came about, but you give us your perspective.
Sure, yeah. Brandon Hendricks was a young man who was tragically killed by gun violence in the Bronx, close to Soundview. And our founder, Tomas Ramos, knew him personally and wanted to honor his dedication to leadership in the community, as well as him striving to be a good person and someone who was pursuing higher education. So we founded the Brandon Hendricks Scholarship in memory of him, as well as to help a next generation of leaders from the Bronx continue on into college. So the Brandon Hendricks Scholarship offers $20,000, $5,000 a year for each recipient throughout the college process. And then we also offer mentoring opportunities and paid internships in the summer for each of our recipients.
Yeah. And so, Brian, I want to bring you in and share a little bit about your scholarship recipient yourself. And what did the scholarship mean to you?
Thank you. Well, first off, thank you for having me. I feel like the Brandon Hendricks Scholarship, it just means a lot to me because I know firsthand how, transformative like financial support can be, especially for college. And especially when you're from the Bronx, college itself, like it's already expensive. And for many of us, like finances are like one of the biggest obstacles that stand in the way of like us pursuing higher education. So this scholarship like isn't just about helping cover the cost of college, but like opening more doors and opportunities for for our future and for people who look like myself. So I think like with that support, like we're able to focus on our goals, immerse ourselves really into like the college experience rather than like worrying about our finances.
Yeah. And college is expensive enough and you don't want to have to worry about the money, but the reality is a lot of people have to worry about that expense. And so to have any kind of help, I'm sure is great. But for those people who don't know, tell us a little bit about your educational journey, where you're looking to go, and what are you going to do?
So I currently attend Brandeis University, which is in Massachusetts. I'm currently a sophomore majoring in computer science with a minor in economics. And for my future like goals and aspirations, I really just want to like really use technology or something along the economics field to like really impact the community that I came from and kind of uplift them. Whether that's accessibility to technology, economic education, things like that. So I just want to use what I learned to uplift my community who supported me.
Yeah. Well, Augustina Bryan is definitely a great example of those scholars that you talk about that you want to really pick out. What's the criteria for those that you actually uh, award and merit?
Yeah, so you have to be from the Bronx. You don't have to go to high school in the Bronx, but you have to actually live in the Bronx. Um, you also have to be a senior going into school and have applied and know that you're going to get in somewhere. And then we ask you to fill out an application. In the application, we look at a lot of different things: your extracurricular activities, your reasons for wanting to the scholarship, what kinds of issues you see in your community that you as an individual may want to address one day. different things like that. So enthusiasm and wanting to go to school, knowing your purpose, all of those things also contribute to the application. And then we do look at GPA, but it's not the largest factor when we're looking at the whole person in the application.
And you do the financial component, but it's important to also note that providing is one thing, but you also do support on the other end. Walk us through a little bit about the support that you provide some of your scholarship recipients.
Sure. Yeah. We have a few components to that. One of them is a mentoring process. So we check in about twice a semester with each of our recipients just to make sure that they are on track with their school, if they have any issues coming up, also to see what kind of interests they've been exploring to help inform our process of our second part of the program, which is offering paid internships in the summer. And all of those are, excuse me, related to their interests and what they want to explore further within their careers. So, throughout that check in mentoring process, we also get to know kind of what it is they want to pursue in their future. Also, actually, the scholarship recipients give back to our newest scholarship recipients by providing different workshops on what to expect before you go to college, and things. So there's also a network within the Brandon Hendricks College recipients that they kind of established together to help each other through the college process.
Yeah.
So that's exciting. And Brian actually was one of those people last summer who helped bring in our newest cohort of recipients.
Yeah, and I want to bring them in to talk a little bit about the giving back process because we know being a recipient that's part of that's part of it. But it's almost like Brian. I get the sense that even if it wasn't a requirement, it's something that you'd automatically do anyway.
Right. So to add on to what Augustina was saying, the scholarship is much more about, much more than just the money, but it's like she was saying, like it builds a network where past winners kind of uplift the new recipients, sharing mentorship. And I was able to gain firsthand experience with this last summer with the new recipients who were selected. And, just like being able to provide, the things that we learned from our first year as freshmen, just to help them navigate college, which is something that is very difficult, especially when you're doing it alone, and so, for some people for the first time.
Yeah. And so for yourself, having a scholarship, seeing the people that you're impacting, what does this do for you, like moving forward in the future, in terms of shaping, your thought process about what you want to do?
I really think like this is just the beginning and just the foundation of everything. Because I think just as growing up, especially in high school, just the thought of just helping others, giving back to the community, was something that was like always a big goal of mine. And in the future, like I definitely want to, use whatever resources I have at that time and everything and everybody who has supported me. Like I really do want to give back to my community. Just support everybody who has supported me. So.
Yeah. And Augustine, I want to talk to you about that too, because as you talk about the future, what does it look like for you? I mean, obviously, bringing out great candidates like Brian and others and helping them out, but as you see the scholarship and envision the scholarship in the future taking on legs and arms that are larger, what does that look like?
Yeah, a lot of our Brandon Hendricks Scholarship recipients talk about coming back into the Bronx and giving back to the communities here. So coming back and establishing new programs or within their career offering opportunities for other young people from the Bronx to begin their process of career exploration with them by maybe offering internships wherever they're working. So we're developing out this alumni network for them, and it's really exciting because, like I said, we have amazing young people, students in college like Brian, who are just like excited to give back to the community, and we see that in a lot of different ways by being able to offer opportunities and having them come back and really support community work as well as offer bridges to careers, whatever they decide to do in the future.
Yeah.
So that's really exciting.
And for yourself, what's it like? I mean, obviously impacting the lives of these young people and creating a foundation that actually sometimes changes their trajectory or alters their lens to be able to think about how to approach education, how to approach life. This is really an opportunity to do this.
Yeah, it's wonderful. I mean, it's checking. I personally check in with Brian, and so it's nice to be able to just check in with him, know what's going on, listen to what he's exploring. It's exciting. It's also really important for me to create relationships with the next generation of leaders, because we stay connected and we learn. I think we learn a lot from each other. There's some reciprocity there, which is always really wonderful. So I also grew up in youth programs, getting mentorship. And so I feel like it is this reciprocal process that just continues on. So as you're working in youth development and community development work, you really learn to give back to the next generation and hope that they do the same. So it's really wonderful and inspiring to be able to be part of this work.
Well, Augustina, congratulations. I think you guys are doing a tremendous job at the Oyate Group, really shaping the lives of young people. And Briyant, it's been a pleasure meeting you, brother. And I want to let you know, just keep doing what you're doing. You're giving back. You're helping out. It's making a difference, bro. So you take care.
Thank you. You too.
All righty.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, listen, now, if you want more information, go ahead and visit the website at theoyategroup.org, and then also follow them on social media at Oyate Group. We encourage you don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more Open coming up right after this.